Obviously, it was an honor to nominate Congressman Rooney for this award. As I mentioned to several folks, obviously he's not a grower, and this is a Grower of the Year. But there are a lot more growers in Florida today because of Tom Rooney's work in Washington. He helped us through many trials and tribulations. I can think of three specific instances. First and foremost is, if it wasn't for Tom and his relationship with Speaker Boehner, we never would have received the $125 million for research that was inserted into the most recent Farm Bill. He had a very strong relationship, has a very strong relationship. You could see the mutual respect when I met with both of them, and the true friendship that he has with not only at the time Speaker Boehner, but all of his peers up there. Tom is a leader. He's a quiet leader. He was not one of these politicians that went to Washington and got intoxicated and was looking for the camera or the microphone. He kept true to his word and true to his work ethic and did the work behind the scenes to do the right thing. Tom is not a politician. Tom is a statesman and a public servant, and he did his public service over the past 10 years, and we are extremely grateful for his interest in our industry and all that he did for our industry.
Congressman Rooney was a huge help being on the House Appropriations Ag Committee. And thank God we were up there for one meeting with a group of growers, and USDA and RMA was telling us how well the insurance program worked for everybody affected by the hurricane. And that was when Congressman Rooney looked at the RMA representatives and said, I want you to turn around and tell the growers sitting behind you that traveled up here to talk about the disaster that your program worked. From then on, the door's been open to sit down with RMA to restructure the citrus crop and tree insurance program for the industry. So that was a huge help.
Hurricane Irma obviously had a massive impact on our industry. And one of the first people that came to our aid was Congressman Tom Rooney. Tom was involved and engaged. He wanted to know details of what was going on. In taking that information back to Washington, he engaged very closely with Secretary Perdue and had Secretary Perdue come down on 3 different occasions, once prior to the hurricane for citrus greening and twice after the hurricane to see firsthand. He again commanded the respect from the Secretary to the point that the Secretary reacted to his requests, and if it wasn't for Tom Rooney's efforts, we would never have received the disaster aid that we did receive. Certainly, Mike and his leadership here at Citrus Mutual led a lot of that charge, but Congressman Rooney was very receptive to the information and worked diligently to ensure that we're going to receive the aid that we're going to receive from the USDA.
When you think about the accomplishments that Congressman Tom Rooney had, you need to really think about the achievements that he pursued and was able to secure in the last decade. His work on the House Appropriation Committee, as well as the Agricultural Committee, are really second to none. His work on gathering adequate funds for research, specific disaster relief programs, all supporting the Florida citrus industry. In fact, I don't recall one issue that he wasn't the supporter for Florida citrus. He has really raised the bar in Congress, raised the bar that many of our congressmen might reach, but no one's going to exceed the body of work that Congressman Rooney has done for Florida agriculture, and in particular, Florida citrus.
And Tom, as a former recipient of this award, welcome to the fraternity, my friend.